Writing something in Korean to Polt. Polt replies in English, GG. So you said, man, that Polt is going to be a rocket scientist one day.
Maybe.
Or he's going to be a brain surgeon.
He might create like robots.
He might create StarCraft 6.
Robots that do your laundry.
Robots that do, oh wow, that would be good for me. I'm actually terrible with my laundry, guys. I reached the point where I bring my clothes to a dry cleaning place.
Dan was telling me about this Japanese robot that drives around your house, picks up clothes, and then puts it in the washing machine.
No,
yeah.
I don't believe it. That's scary, man. One day that robot is just going to walk in your bedroom and kill you in your sleep because he's mad because he has to do all the work for you. Robots got feelings, man. Haven't you seen iRobot with Will Smith?
Robots don't have feelings.
Oh,
man.
yes, they do. They're going to have feelings one day.
They don't have feelings right now.
Yeah, that's what you think. Until this robot gets mad at you.
I was at this Halloween store today, and they had lots of like robots. Like a Frankenstein robot. And they would like dance.
Ooh, man, we see a little proxy action over here by Fnatic's Raid Call Alive, who is of course our purple Terran on Muspelheim. TSL Polt still our red Terran. It seems like Polt is aiming for the no gas fast expand build. Rex into no gas. Yeah, so basically no gas fast expand. For Polt, Alive on the other end, Ben is I think going to proxy Marauders, unless he's going to go really funky and he's going to try to do something with Reapers. But
yep, we've seen proxy Reaper actually pretty recently, I think, so that is a possibility.
I think it's going to be Marauders.
I do agree. I think that is the more likely alternative here.
Marauder.
Polt's got to be careful as only Marines are vulnerable against both Marauders and Reapers. Either of those choices could be dangerous. Tech Lab starting immediately after that barracks finishes.
As soon as there is a bunker, though, is going to be more than just fine. Polt right now is scouting the main base of Alive, and he's like, okay, yeah, I see a refinery, I see supply depots, but wait, there's something missing, and it's a barracks. Where is that barracks, Alive? Don't you do it. And Polt immediately throws down the bunker. He's even going to throw the bunker on the low ground, Ben, while this SCV is like attacking the other SCV.
That's going to work. There is a Marine out there, so it should chase away
it should be
Alive's SCV. Marauder's only about halfway complete, so this bunker's actually going to be done in more than enough time. Looks like Polt's going to be in a fine position.
I kind of wonder what Alive is hoping to achieve right now. He might pick up one SCV, but that's about it.
Oh.
He won't even pick up the SCV. This did not seem very successful.
No,
he's gonna proxy something. He's gonna proxy some other stuff over here, Ben. As he still has, he's gonna build a factory right now. This could be like the quickest siege of all time. But how is he able to keep that alive with just a single Marauder, Ben? It's a little bit risky. He's gonna produce Marines now as well. But if Polt just keeps producing Marines and he pulls a few SCVs, of course he doesn't know right now, so there's no reason for him to move out.
Polt is still scouting around Alive's base, and he's like, I don't know, man. I don't see a command center.
He's going to see a second refinery right now as well, so that might trigger some sort of a reaction. Perhaps worried about... I mean, that would give me a feeling of banshee, but it's going to be such a quick siege mode for Alive. It's kind of a crazy one-base play here by Alive. Alive's even going to get a reactor here, Ben. What's that all about? Wow, look at this Marauder. Wow!
What?
Huh? How does it work? One Marine does not shoot quick enough to shoot at the Marauder? Have you ever seen that?
I guess he's standing on the other side of the bunker. He's like watching Xbox or something.
This guy, the Marine, sits at this window, so the other Marauder is like, whoop, fuck. Man, I would love to see that being turned into a StarCraft 2 cartoon. It's like Marauder, boom, boom, and then the other four Marines jump in and get really mad at the Marauder and kill him. This SCV will fall, so Marauder did finally kill something.
It is going to be proxied siege tanks, just like you were talking about. So we're going to have the fastest siege push that has ever. This is going to be, Kevin. This is going to be like a 6-minute, and actually it's more like a exactly 7-minute siege tank push.
Polt is going to see this little bio squad right now, and it's like, hey, I might actually be able to fight that. And soon he's going to move out, and then suddenly he's going to see a siege tank, and that's of course sort of an unfair fight, Ben. I'm still kind of blown away that this Marauder was able to not take any damage from this Marine.
Marauders are bamfs, bro.
Marauder. First siege tank is out. Siege mode is almost ready. It will be ready within 10 seconds. Did Polt see it already? I'm not sure if he saw it. He's going to see it right now. He's fighting the racks.
Yes, he is. He's outranging the racks. And I don't think he wants to park right there, though.
No.
Why would you do that alive? That is a very questionable maneuver. He's going to just pull
he keeps it alive. So actually it was brilliant.
The tank, and he was actually just baiting those Marines.
Yeah, all planned out.
So that he could actually do exactly what we just saw. And all of a sudden,
Polt is in so much trouble, man. Polt might just drop his second game of the season due to this crazy build over here by Alive.
How could you ever plan for a 7-minute siege tank push?
Yeah, there are not many builds which are good against that. Besides the Banshee opening. I think Cloak Banshee would be pretty good against.
Cloak Banshee would be nice right now. I think that's a pretty good point. These tanks are going to continue just raining down.
3 siege tanks and this front door ban at 7 minutes and 55 seconds. That's just unfair.
There's a word for this, Kev.
What is it?
It's cray.
Cray?
It's cray.
Right.
Absolutely cray. Right now Alive 59 supply against Polt's 35 supply. This
Alive
is going to burn down.
Finally going to lose his high ground vision with this Rex, but that Rex definitely did his job. So right now it can die in peace. Wow, how does these damn Marines do not take any damage? They're standing below a barracks which is exploding to the ground and they're not dying. No. I mean, Polt is just trying to buy time for himself. He just finally did start his first Banshee ban, but needless to say, Alive is in a fantastic position. He's up 8 workers. More importantly, he has 4 or 5 siege tanks. What is he building over here? He's building another Rex for high ground vision. That's just crazy. Polt does have 2 siege tanks over here as well, so eventually he might be able to stabilize, but he took so much damage already. And I think these siege tanks, yeah, they're easily in range span of the mineral line. So the moment that this Rex is ready
Check out
again.
This tank, 1 hit point.
Where is he? Wow. That's the hero thing.
He's going to really like his SCV.
It's a good, it's a really good scan. He's going to siege up in range of this mineral line. That's one of the things I don't really like of Muspelheim ban, because that also always encourages cannon rushes. Fortunately, this map is not on ladder pool right now. Here comes the first Banshee though, so Banshee is going to work on these tanks. Does pick off 1 tank, but I don't think it's going to be enough, man. Polt took so much damage already. Well, this is actually working pretty well for him.
Polt at 46 supplies, he's lost 9 SCVs.
How cool would it be if this Rex like lands right now and he makes a redraw of the tech level 4?
It would be incredibly cool. I would like that. Banshee is being the hero of the day right now, though. It has basically killed all the tanks, and Alive's got no choice but to back off of this. He still has no second command center, and Polt does. I mean, Polt's not in terrible shape. He's down in workers.
There is actually a second command center in the main base of Alive, man. It's going to be in orbital soon. So Polt is basically just down 13, 14 workers. He does have a siege tank advantage. It's a minor one, but it's 1. Literally 1. That was fun.
36 workers to 24 as Polt will once more retake his natural expansion.
And the good thing is, of course, for Polt, man, the moment that Polt is going to secure this area, he's going to be able to kill one of these factories and one of these Rexes as well. Or at least the add-ons, or he could even steal the add-ons. There's still a hidden barracks over here. Barracks is going to make a tech lab and a Reaper.
I want to see a Reaper, man. That would make me happy.
I know it would. This Rex, this whole area is so silly. I never really got it. Banshee's harassing over here on this top side of the map. Did not get a single kill yet. Alive is up 12, 14 workers right now. Cloak Banshees on either side, which is of course going to be a good thing for Alive in the long run. He's transferring a lot of Marines, a lot of SCVs, but that's fine because his main base is running really thin already. Banshee will not fall as there is no stim for Alive. It's
going to be double Banshee harass up here in the main base. There's the second Banshee making her way to the back of the main, while the first one is going to find this commuting siege tank. That's nicely done. And Polt has Cloak, man, so this is going to be really frustrating to deal with.
SCVs! I've always been good for you! SCVs do not like this siege tank. Siege tank will fall. Second Banshee is flying into the main base right now, Ben, but there are quite a few Marines over here for Alive. A good scan over here by Alive. Did pick up at least 1 Banshee, and this second Banshee is getting on dangerous grounds as well.
There's 14 kills, though, and she's going to get more and more.
Most of those were siege tanks, though, from earlier on. And a couple of Marines.
I think 14 tank kills makes this Banshee worth it.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking 14 tanks. The kill, this is the hero Banshee of the game so far for Polt. But Polt is still down 12 workers. That's the biggest problem. He's trying to close the gap, though, and he's doing a really good job. Alive is not really... he doesn't have scan, so he can't really do all this much about this Cloak Banshee. But meanwhile, though, we should have the same thing happening on the other side of this map, where we have the Cloak Banshee for Alive, and now Polt is going to get a taste of his own medicine.
And what can he really do about it? He is making a Viking. Oh no, he's not making a Viking. He's making a Raven. So that's going to provide some detection, but that Raven will not be ready for a full 60 seconds, Kev.
Well, where's the Banshee? Okay, Banshee shooting on the refiner over here. This one Banshee did finally fall. Polt is going to try to siege up, and meanwhile drop into the main base. Alive is aware of this though, Ben. He's going to try to intercept this medevac. He's not going to go all out as he's afraid of these siege tanks, which of course you cannot blame him for.
Scary little drop here, but I think Alive does have enough Marines out.
Banshee is doing a reasonable job as well. Alive is still up 17 workers, Ben, and he's still killing stuff over here as well. Polt is not paying attention to these Marines, and this Banshee is doing a fantastic job. Polt, you're not reacting to this Banshee at all.
There's nothing really that he can do other than unsiege and go home. He can't move forward because of those tanks. So he has to give up that position. Back in the main base of Polt, we can see that Alive has worked up 13 kills on his Banshee. She does get shot down, but if we look at the income tab right now, we can see that Alive has really done a nice job of staying ahead.
There is still this Banshee in the main base, which took more than 1,000 HP off this orbital command. Some real serious harassment going down on either sides. Alive still getting the better hand. Of course, Alive was in a fantastic position after that super quick siege push early on. This Cloak Banshee is taking a few shots, but is not going to fall. This is a nice move by Alive though, Ben. He's going to try to work on the production facilities from Alive. And he's going to have siege tanks on the low ground to back him up. Banshee does not fall.
Really threaten to kill Stim, but I think he's feeling far too concerned with just...
Polt could have sieged up a little bit closer. That would have put much more pressure on Alive than it does right now.
Yeah, but yeah, at the end of the day, Alive is going to hold this pretty easily. I mean, Polt's doing a good job of maintaining some semblance of aggression here, but Alive is still so far ahead. He's got a 19-worker lead. Army supply does favor Polt.
Yeah, actually by quite a bit. I'm surprised by that, man. 15 army supply lead for Polt. It's pretty crazy.
And we can really see that he's trying to exercise that army supply lead.
But he's being so aggressive, man, and he just doesn't have... He didn't have detection for the longest amount of time. Polt right now does have a Raven. Raven Alive not paying attention. He's going to end up losing a Cloak Banshee immediately. Another Cloak Banshee still harassing over here. How many SUVs did Alive kill? 36, man, throughout the entire game. That's crazy, because there were no Blue Flame Hellions and whatnot, and no real base kills. So all of these SUVs have been killed through to harassment.
Really crazy game that we've seen. Polt's going to unload up here in the main base. He's going to try to do something with some auto turrets. Big attack here from Polt, committing a lot of his army, but it's not going to work. He'll lose every Marine. Also losing a medevac there.
Alive did have Stim ban, and Polt did not have Stim. Stim is almost ready. It's 30 additional seconds. Meanwhile, still Banshees being active in the main base. Wow. Polt really sort of just dropped the ball on building missile turrets and the third phase of this game.
There's still a Raven there, man.
Where?
There's up at the other end of the map. Alive lost another Banshee.
Yeah, but Alive has been killing 40 SUVs.
Yeah, he's done really, really ridiculous amounts of damage.
This map is also kind of good for air units.
It's funny, man, because if Polt hadn't taken all this economy damage, I think that he would be...
Yeah, Polt is putting up a fantastic fight because he's been down 20 workers all along. For some reason, he's the one putting on pressure on his opponent, though. But Alive should be able to stabilize eventually. He's outmining his opponent by an insane amount of money, even though it's not displaying right now because he's transferring workers once more. Where's his orbital going? Orbital command, stop! Orbital command, what are you doing? Orbital command?
Who let Billy drive the orbital?
Oh. Wow, that was a wild night last night. Kinda missed the turn. That's me driving around in the US, taking a turn. We're missing the turn.
3-base Alive against a still just 2-base Polt. And Polt does have a third command center, though. He can float that down to the low ground whenever he wants.
That orbital command was lost, man. Nice siege over here by Alive. Going to get a couple of nice shots off on these Marines before falling, but did deal a serious amount of damage on most of these Marines. And he's producing a little hit squad over here, Ben, in which he's definitely going to be able to catch Polt off guard, as Polt doesn't really have a lot of units in his natural. Siege and Stim. Alive is playing a nice game, but he's been ahead in the economy for such a long time. He's going to kill more and more SUVs. So he's almost over 50 right now. I don't know, 46 SUVs killed throughout this entire game.
And these Marines are going to pull back the entire army of Polt because he realizes that he can't really deal with this with reinforcements alone.
Alive trying to take out the Raven. That's not working. So Polt will clear this up, and he will finally take out these two buildings. If I was Alive, I would cancel this siege tank, but no, he doesn't want to do that. Said he's going to kill at least one Marine. Almost takes out a second one.
Gonna go down fighting, man.
Alive is finally clearing up this little container that Polt had. It wasn't even a real container. Auto turrets doing a really good job for Polt, though. Wow, actually auto turrets killing these Marines. Maybe even the medevac.
No turrets are good, man.
Keeping that siege tank alive, and Polt, man, he's down 22 workers, but he's just going to attack once more. He knows that if he's going to drag this out, if he's going to try to macro up, he's going to fall too far behind. So why not try to catch his opponent off guard? But during all this, man, Alive has been able to muster out a reasonable amount of tanks, and he has a reasonable amount of Marines as well.
Yeah, he's got a great army supply lead right now. 70 army supply to about 50 army supply. So Alive is ahead in every possible way. Polt's going to try and take a third base, which is kind of the key to him getting back in this game. So he's going to be attacking and expanding at the same time. But
I like this depot, man. It's like a little hidden. It's like it's a neutral depot. Don't worry. Huh? No? We don't hurt a fly. That depot doesn't do anything. Of course, it's a great scout over here for Alive. As Alive can just see this. If I was Polt, man, I wouldn't really notice this on the spot.
I mean, there's a good chance that it won't get noticed. I mean, it's a very...
It's like so neutral. It's like, who would ever build a depot there? Or a depot. I love saying depot.
Sensor tower is starting to go down around the map as Polt's wanting to just sort of solidify his position here. A little medevac drop going to be caught by a Viking. But nice job by Alive.
Yeah. Actually, 4 of these Marines will make its way into the main base of Polt. Polt is stimming in with a couple of Marines to the rescue, but not before at least losing a reactor. Polt's going to move forward, man, but it's going to be so hard to really make something happen. Alive. Polt's completely on siege.
Committing a lot of his army here, and Alive on the high ground, able to siege up tanks in range of Polt's units. And Alive's is going to come out with everything, and Polt, who's played a brilliant game, is going to lose his entire army.
Alive with better upgrades there as well, man. 2-1 over 1-1. This depot is still completely unnoticed. So Alive knows that Polt is mining off 3 bases now as well, and he's definitely going to be able to make something happen about that. And it's 2,200 minerals a minute against 1,100 minerals a minute.
And that should ultimately lead to a massive Alive victory. Polt, I don't think he can even really defend his third base right now. Alive is pushing, and he has so many units in the army supply. He's doubling Polt's army supply, Kev.
Yeah, he is better with everything besides upgrades soon, as Polt is working off double engineering bay. I don't know how he was able to afford that, as he's been more poor than Alive throughout this entire game. We see Polt going for a big drop over here as well, Ben, on his left side of the map, but that means that he for sure won't be able to deal with this. These Marines right now are going to see this Banshee, and they're going to see this depot as well, and they're going to work. Oh, I feel sad.
Poor depot.
Definitely.
Sad day.
Polt is going to drop, or unload this drop in the main base of Alive, but of course the bigger problem is this army in the middle of the map. But this is going to be a very nice drop, Ben, and he should be able to deal a serious amount of damage. This is 16 stim Marines with 2-2 upgrades.
Yeah, I think if he'd have dropped at the third base, it might have been more worthwhile. Now all he can really do is take out tech and production facilities.
He's taking out both engineering bays, so that means that Alive is going to be stuck on 2-1. But I mean, upgrades are super important, but numbers are at the end of the day perhaps even more important. And Alive is still up 20 Marines, but Polt doing a good job over here. Well, he's even killing all these Marines, man. He's going to kill the siege tank as well. He's able to kill these medevacs. Polt, that's so crazy.
Yeah, really effective drop. That said, there's still a big push coming down to the third base of Polt, and what can he really do about this with all those units committed on the other side of the map? Here comes some reinforcements from Polt. It actually looks like he has more than enough to stop this.
He's sieging up over here, and Alive his tanks are kind of far out of position. One medevac does remain over here, but there are no more Marines. Alive is still ahead economy-wise, and he's going to get a secret base over here as well on this right side of the map. It's even going to be a planetary fortress. It's just crazy, though, how Polt is able to just hang in there, survive and survive for such a long time, while Alive has been so far ahead, basically, throughout this entire game. But Polt, as I said before, Ben, in one of the matches I look forward to, this season in the NASL, it doesn't matter how dicey it looks for Polt. Polt keeps fighting, and he really tries to... He fights till the bitter end for every single point in the NASL.
I will be very impressed if Polt's able to swing this one, though, Kevin. He is down 70 supply right now.
But if this is not an A for effort, I wonder if anyone ever got an A for effort.
Maybe the guy that made up that set.
Has he got an A for effort? Has he never done an A in anything else?
Yeah. Nice attack here from Alive, just killing a ton of Polt's units, a lot of his very expensive siege tanks. Polt's going to continue to stream in with Marines, though, and he actually is going to stabilize.
There's a lot of Marines over here, though, Ben, on the top side of this map. Alive is going to pull everything he has right now. He's pulling so many SCVs, and the SCVs doing a really good job at soaking up a lot of damage. And Alive is able to force Polt back. Imagine if 3-3 was already ready here, Ben. I think Polt would have been able to kill almost everything, because these upgrades in this phase of the game make a crucial difference.
Yeah, it would have been.
Okay.
Would have been a big deal. Alive not going to continue with his own aggression. He's coming back home with his tanks as he continues to expand. Man, what a crazy game. Opened up with a proxy siege tank rush.
Man, this reminds me of Polt versus Massa on Entombed Valley it was, where Massa just did everything right for the first 10 to 15 minutes in his game, but Polt just refused to die, and then eventually Polt was able to swing it all around and then end up winning the game. Now, winning this game is still pretty far off, and we're still talking about Alive, man, one of the, well, I think it's safe to say one of the best Terran players in the world, IPL 4 champion, GSL Codas semi-finals once upon a time, recently defeated MC in GSL as well. Did not make it out of the up and downs, if I recall correctly, but still a fantastic Terran player.
Yes, sir.
But Polt, man. Polt is not giving up. He's still down 50 army supply, but I'm starting to believe.
I mean, if he can, it's just the real hard part here for Polt is that Alive's got all these extra bases.
Yeah.
And he's got all these extra command centers.
And Alive is rallying Marines right now, Ben, in his main base, and Polt is just going to try to drop. He has this drop on shift command, and Alive is going to stim in, and this time Polt won't deal any damage at all. That was a beautiful, beautiful pick-off by Alive, and this might actually be the final blow. Because that's 60 Marines and 2 metapacks, which did absolutely nothing for Polt.
That's right, and that officially means that Alive is doubling Polt's supply. Alive immediately wants to go and push with this, and he is going to make his way down the bottom half of the map. Polt is already sieging up in position to sort of receive this attack.
Polt is actually mining more minerals than Alive right now. I don't know how that's possible. I guess Alive not really dropping any mules anywhere.
He must have just dropped all of his mules or something. They must have expired. Because he does have a lot of command centers and a lot of energy.
Yeah, this is a planetary though. Over here. He actually has 2 planetaries, man. So if he's scanning a lot. I like these Marines on the left side of the map as well, as he noticed that Polt has been trying to drop him throughout this left side of the map for all the Marines just barely. Wow. Wow.
Field depleted.
No. And Alive is going to be pushing forward once more. Polt really can't fight this, but
Polt just does not give up.
Just refuses to quit here.
Gonna try to drop once more. Ben, he has 3-3 bio units against 3-2 now. The second armor upgrade for Alive just finished up, but there is no medevac over here, so he's going to lose this Marine fight while only taking out 2 Marines on the side of Alive. I mean, on the side of Polt, but reinforcements have arrived for Alive, so he's going to be fine.
He's going to deal with that easily, and at the same time, he's taking a great position in the main base of Polt, seizing up at the base of this sort of high ground, and then dropping up in the main.
Polt's going to try to make a big run by over here, but Alive has so many Marines waiting for him over here. He's going to pick up these medevacs and all the Marines as well. Siege tanks helping out, and Polt realizes in what a position he really is in. Does finally call GG. Alive wins game number 2, but God, that was far from easy for Alive.
Crazy, crazy game. Well played by Alive. Game brought to you guys by Kingston HyperX. Their full line of solid-state drives and RAM available over at kingston.com.
I don't know, Ben. I still believe in Polt's chances in game number 3. This was just the second map that Polt lost throughout the entire season of the NASL. And Alive played a great game, no doubt about that, but he got so far ahead early on. He took a risk with that strategy, executed it beautifully though, and took out a lot of SCVs. Was ahead economically throughout the entire game, but had so much trouble finishing off Polt.
Yeah. That does even up the series, means there will be a swing match. Game number 3 going to happen on Whirlwind. Guys, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.